Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Record the show. We have the balls to do it live. Call into the show at 207-370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What is going on? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Boy, what a hell of a week we have had over here in the United States. Like, it's been a hell of a week. Some of the things we're going to be talking about is going to be what you've been hearing about in the news lately, but it's going to be our spin on things with a little bit of interest into it. Yeah, as you know, it's a good time here. I've got my brother Gary with me, the man with the afro. If you look at him in a different shade, yeah, you know, that's Gary G over here. Gary, what's going on, brother? How are you?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me again.
Always, man. That's why we need that. We need that. I just went live.
Already? Someone's willing to talk shit?
Yeah, I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear him. Let's find out.
I heard it. I hear it ringing.
Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
Somebody
press
doesn't
2.
know how Google phone works.
I don't know. Hold on, let's see.
What's up?
What's going on? Who's this?
This is John Renee. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? You calling in? What's happening?
Hey, I'm watching you right now on TikTok. I go by the name of Mala.
Nice to see you, man. How you doing?
Nah, I'm doing pretty good.
Fantastic.
Watching you with your... I like your haircut. It's a nice haircut, you know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man.
Like,
Appreciate it. Oh, appreciate it, man. I haven't heard that phone line ring in a while, huh, Gary?
Yeah, it caught me off guard for a second.
Right? It caught me off guard, too, man.
I caught you off guard, man.
Yeah,
you always got to be on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just moving it.
That's it. So, Tristan, we just literally started the show, my man. But once we get the topics going, if you want to call in and give your 2 cents on the topics, we'd be more than welcome to listen to you at that point.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, my man. We appreciate you. Thank you for testing out our phone lines. At least we know they work.
Yeah. All right, man. But easy.
Take it. Dude, I'm like, what the hell is that sound? I'm like, oh, shit, it's the phone line.
Phone number is always on blast. Someone's going to be calling it, you know?
Right? It is. So everybody on TikTok, welcome. If you want to see my brother's ugly mug, feel free to head on over to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, where you can also watch the show where the green screen is actually working. All of y'all on TikTok are seeing the actual green screen, but everybody else in the social media world is seeing an on-air emblem in the behind me with a big-ass microphone. It's a pretty cool little picture. And then my brother's got like this big old purple thing that goes around his hair. It looks like lightning bolts coming out of his head. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's talk about this, man. Let's start with the most interesting story first before we get into it. And actually, before we do that, let me get my disclaimer out of the way because I don't want the social medias coming after me saying misinformation. No, listen. Everything on the Mark G Show that you hear are the opinions of myself, my brother, and as well as the guests that come on this show. And it is for entertainment purposes only. Once again, let me repeat that. Gary, entertainment purposes only. Okay, that's all this is for. And we ask anything that we're talking about, do your own research. Just like when you're watching any other type of news outlet, do your own research and come up with your own conclusion. With all that being out of the box, let's get to the show. Aliens again. We just did a podcast about aliens, talking about life on Earth. You know, I saw Elon Musk. He made a post about this, saying, Yes, he said, I have not seen any evidence. Now,
Is this a recent post? Is this
It
a
is.
recent post?
It is. It's about maybe a couple days old. He said that he hasn't seen any evidence of life being outside of Earth, any alien life form he has posted. So it makes me wonder, out of the guy who's supposed to be the world's smartest guy, you would think he would even believe that there should be life beyond Earth, right? There should be, because there's no way we're the only living organism in the galaxy. He's just
totally bluffing, though. He's a fucking alien.
He very well could be, you know what I mean? He definitely could be. So I was looking on here, and I think I may have the wrong video here. I want to try finding a longer version of the aliens
Vegas
here.
one?
What's that?
You talking about Vegas?
Yeah, I'm talking about Vegas. I think this one right here may be a better body cam footage. What I just want to do. So what are your thoughts on this? So I'm looking at the body cam footage, and then we got Zach who's waiting patiently over here to talk to us.
I'll tell you my fucking opinion on this shit, dude.
So
as soon as this shit came live, me and a coworker have been spending a lot of time digging into it and talking a lot about it. And the one thing that started catching me a little off guard with this Vegas one was when the Vegas guy, he put out another video. I'm not sure if you've seen this, where he
put on TikTok.
Oh, did he? So he put that out, and he was like reading from his little script, saying, you know, giving a recap of the account. And something about him giving that recap, I was like, as much as I am a believer and I want to believe and I want all of this shit to be 100% true, when he came out and started giving that, I was like, I don't buy it anymore. Like the original clip that I saw, like with the chest cam from the cop, like that. So that footage, pretty authentic, right? That's from a cop's fucking chest cam, whatever, authentic.
Cam,
and then the cop that showed up to his house, originally I thought like, okay, this seems pretty legit, like, but I don't know, dude. I can't.
You can't.
I'm not buying it anymore. I'm just not buying the Vegas situation right now.
So we got Jake over on TikTok.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Same dude, probably.
Message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
What?
To leave a callback number.
If you have somebody in there trying to call, try again, please. That definitely didn't. That was weird. But we got Jay Gons over on TikTok saying 100% legit, except the interview with the guy seems too scripted.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's the interview, but whatever. But he hasn't put out video number 2 because he's been talking to Netflix about the thing.
Right. So it's like a movie deal is already coming out. Like, what the hell?
Just look, man. I'm not saying it's not legit. I'm not saying that light thing didn't happen, but he lied about the circle in the backyard because there's Google Earth content that shows that circle there months before he said that was created by the UFO or whatever that landed in his backyard. So, I mean, look, I want to believe, but I don't believe that guy now, not based off of him doing that little scripted thing that he did on TikTok. That right there. It's like when a chick goes like, I'm not drama. It's like, you're fucking drama. And the first thing he says is, I'm not doing this for clout. And it's like, you fucked it up by saying that, bro. Like, does that make sense? I don't know if that
that makes sense. And we actually got somebody already wants to come in through TikTok. We got Zach over on TikTok that's waiting to come into a box.
All right,
here.
Zach, what's up, Zach? What you got, Zach?
Hold on one second. I'm connecting to Zach right now. All right, we got Zach over here on TikTok. What's going on, Zach? How are you, my man?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. So as you can hear,
in Vegas, Zach, what's UFOs.
No, I'm in Ohio, but did you guys, speaking of aliens, did you see, I think it's the same video you might be talking about, but there was one, there was actually a 911 call that went with the video that I saw, but a family called in and said that they saw something land in their backyard and they saw like 8 or 9 foot like people standing in their backyard looking through the window.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now.
The cops cam catches the same like shiny object falling out of the sky and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking about, the one in Vegas there, and then where the cops dash cam caught it caught the shooting like they thought it was a shooting star that came down, and that's why the cop in the video was talking about how he was super nervous going there, and it was quite interesting. So that's matter of fact, I got the video right here. Let's see if we got that audio that pull up here. Let me see. As always, things get screwed up here on the Mark G Show. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So what's
So a family in Las Vegas claims an unidentified object fell from the sky into their backyard. Huh?
Okay.
There we go. Is that better audio?
Yeah.
All right.
It was a little overbearing.
So the family reported to the police that 2 large figures.
I don't know. I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro.
That's the cop.
Saw shooting stars, and these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
Me and my brother, we just looked. Did you see it? Huh? Did you see it?
Is there a video to this? Can you show the video?
What did you see?
I can't show the video. 1 second.
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard? Or
they see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
Can we go that side? Weird. Just the fact that our partner saw something at the same exact time. If those 9 foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
Yeah, I'm going to say cops don't make enough on an hourly to go ahead and deal with alien life form. Could you?
Come on. It's protect and serve, man.
No matter what the crisis,
really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky? Like if you see any like little, well, not little in this case. They're claiming 8 to 9 foot tall green beings that were in their backyard. Sounds crazy, but you never know.
Oh shit, that's a commercial. Let me get off that. That was like some Tech Man. So Gary, funny thing is we're just talking about UFOs, and we just had a UFO gift just get dropped on us by Tech Man over on TikTok.
Good looking out, Tech Man.
All right, thank you, Tech Man. We appreciate you for that UFO, my man. So that's interesting. All right, so let's put Zach on the spot.
I was just gonna say, Zach, if you're still here, what's your thoughts, man?
What are your thoughts on this, Zach?
Dude, when I was here in Columbus, it was years ago, but me and like 2 other friends came here to see a concert, and we just decided to come the night before, and we were just walking around Columbus, and we decided to go park on top of a parking garage and just camp out and sleep outside all night. And literally, we were looking up at the sky one night, and we saw like 3 bright lights going left, right, and then 2 of them shot off, and then one of them like did like kind of like a half circle and then shot off. And I was like, "What the hell was that?" But yeah,
that's
interesting. I mean, I believe it. I mean, there's got to be life forms in other planets, man. We're not the only life forms out there.
100%.
No way. Yeah, it's no way they were the only freaking life form. There's got to be other life forms. And now there also there's been talks in Congress that there's whistleblowers talking about that
David Grush.
We have actual, UFOs in our possession, and we're trying to learn the operations of these UFOs. Now, whether or not if that's legit, I mean, I would think it would be. Now, is it really at Area 51? Here's a conspiracy theory. Is that where it's really stationed, or?
It's not Area 51. Area 51 maybe back in the day, but it's too mainstream now. Like everybody knows about Area 51. I'm sure they have top secret stuff going on there, but I don't think Area 51 has anything to do with UFOs anymore. They probably bring it.
Gary, I'm sorry. So I'm laughing. I'm sorry, guys. On what is this? Facebook, John Tibbetts. Fucking guy. John Tibbetts. It's all fake news. Mark G's a former porn star. Gary G got fired 3 times from the same McDonald's for what he called taste testing.
Look, John, when we tell you these things, we tell you them in confidence that you're not going to put us on blast on the internet, John.
What the heck, John? That's horrible, man. Oh shit! For everybody who don't know, we are live on multiple social media platforms. We do have Zach here. Zach, let's put you in another aspect. Now, I kind of want to get Gary's answer to it. If you are a law enforcement officer and you just responded to this call, number one, when you heard this call come on over the radio, would you 100% run in to find out what the hell it is, and would you want to go see these 8 and 9 foot big ass green men, or would you kind of avoid that call?
I mean, oh, we got a call.
We do. Stand by.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Someone
To
don't know
send a
how to say their
voicemail,
name,
press
man.
2.
What's going on? You're on the Mark G Show.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Hello?
Who is this?
This is Mark G.
How can I help you?
You called me, my man.
Oh, well, that was an accident.
All right. Have a fantastic day. Oh, this is going to be interesting when it goes on Apple and Spotify. People are going to be like, I wonder if someone, are you doing this, Zach, right now? Are you doing a dual call on us?
I only have this one phone that I'm holding right now.
Okay.
I would love nothing more than that's a few, Mark, but no, it wasn't.
So yeah, if you were a cop, Zach, would you run to that or would you run away from it?
I mean, one, you have a gun. So if there is like 9 or 10 foot creatures out there, you're armed. And two, if you heard that your partner caught something on his dash cam falling out of the sky, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go see what's going on. Like, this is awesome.
So my wife just texted me. She goes, it's the aliens.
Yeah, they're mad.
It's the aliens. They're mad. We're talking about them. Or maybe it's the government. They're finding out, so they're trying to prevent us from going any further. Tech Man, we will be talking about the wildfires here too, my man. We're just the aliens is a very interesting subject. It really is, because this is something that everybody talks about for years, right? It's been going on for years. Whether or not it's having UFO sightings happen all the time. We've had some weird stories about people being probed up there, you know what, and stuff like that. They've been abducted. Whether or not that's true, I mean, I did listen to an episode of Joe Rogan where he did speak to a gentleman who said that he was taken to a mothership. That was quite the interesting story. You listened to that interview too, didn't you, Gary? Yeah.
That's a famous one. My buddy's actually going to Arizona. He's going camping in Arizona. He's going to go to the town where that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So aliens chat, before we get off this subject, is anybody else, what are your thoughts on the aliens before we talk about these wildfires that may get me in trouble here on TikTok or some other social media profiles?
Well, hold on. Before we jump, are you familiar with that David Grush guy who's the military informant right now, who's kind of coming out saying about the 12 craft that are in our possession?
No, elaborate, because I did hear bits and pieces of it, but at that time I was, I'm going to admit, I was very into a certain TikTok stream that I had going on that was rocking out, but I kind of avoided news throughout my whole work week.
Okay. Well, I mean, basically this guy was a former Department of Defense or something, where he was pretty involved with all of the guys that are allegedly responsible for obtaining these crafts and trying to reverse engineer them. He said that there's bodies that were recovered, craft that were fully intact, craft that were damaged. And so there's been a bunch of people who are also current and former military employees, whatever,
right,
saying that he's like a very credible human being.
All right. So they're saying he's trustworthy then, and then his word should be somewhat gold, is what you say.
Yeah. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know. Again, I want to believe. I want all of this shit to be true. So it's like, for me, because I know I want it to be true, I have to like force myself to be extra critical of it, because for me, it's like, you tell me what I want to hear and I'm like, yeah, but it's like, I can't, I need to like, hold on. Like, I want this all to be true. So I'm trying to be a little more critical about it. All right, let's see what this random.
This is another random phone call. Okay, let's see.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
I'm scared with these ones.
Press 2.
I'm going to try one more time. If I get another blank one, we're not answering it. We're just going to hang up. Hello, you're on the Mark G Show.
Please leave your message for.
Lisa.
What the dude? We are so getting cloned right now, and I'm
We're
wondering.
definitely getting trolled for sure.
Yeah, so there are apps out there where people can make two phones call each other. That is what's happening right now.
So Mark, you've heard of the band Blink-182, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so their guitarist Tom, that's one of the reasons he left the band years ago, is because he went and actually worked for the government, and he actually had an interview saying like, yeah, there's actually stuff out there. I'm not allowed to say what it is, but like, cause he's like a big like believer in aliens and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, Tom DeLonge, dude.
Yeah, he literally said in an interview like, yeah, there's aliens, but it's stuff I cannot actually say of what it is or where it's at, but there is stuff out there that people don't know about.
Interesting. All right. Well, if I got Kenny Bloom over on Facebook as well, saying me and my dad go fishing a lot because he works daytime, so we go fishing a lot at night. I live in Ohio, and I'm telling you what I've seen. Some crazy, crazy things. Sometimes I'll look up and you'll see a light, and sometimes there's a lot of planes that go by because I'm kind of near an airport where we go fishing. But this thing, there was 5 lights in a row, and it goes zoom right through the air. I'm telling you what, every 5 seconds I was looking up. It was so crazy. I know it's hard to believe. Haha. So yeah, it is. So I mean, that's what you hear, right? So you hear people saying like 3 unique, like triangular type of lights, or you would see like multiple lights in sync with each other as they go. Now, some of those lights, so aren't they considered don't the satellites up there, the Elon Musk satellites, don't you see those in the sky kind of in sync when
They're kind of like in a line, but I think like a lot of the reports, like if you look back at the Phoenix Lights, I don't know if you've ever heard that story where it was like one of the first recorded triangle craft, like a black triangle craft, like hovering over like a baseball game or something.
Right.
And then there was another recent thing that came out with a bunch of military people claiming that there was another triangle craft. So there are some of like these black triangle crafts that seem to linger in the air with no sound or whatever. But there are a lot of these like orb type lights that will be in groups of 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Sometimes the one light will just clone itself into 2. And kind of like your listener here saying, like, there'll be multiple lights and they'll either just completely disappear, or like some of them will like just take off like out of nowhere and just shoot off into the distance. So it's like yeah. So like some of these are they move independently from one another. If they're in a straight line, then, it's hard to say if this was recent enough. It could have been the Starlink satellites.
Right.
Because they are pretty quick and they are moving in a straight line. They're all pretty uniform. A lot of like night, like amateur astronomers are complaining about that because they're like trying to take photos of the moon or whatever. And then you just get like a whole string of Elon's satellites totally fucking up the photo.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah, that'd bum me out too if it was something I was into. So,
right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's a lot of unknown phenomenon in the sky. So that's why I think it's fascinating, and I want to
definitely.
So.
Right. All right, so we got everybody. There's a bunch of people down here commenting on TikTok. Please note that our boxes are open, ladies and gentlemen. You can also join in the boxes if you want to add your 2 cents into the conversation. Feel free. We are trying to keep things a little less political to be on the safe side on TikTok. I worked too hard for this account to have this account go bye-bye. But at the same time, we're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, but we're trying to keep everything right around that realm. But let's talk about something more interesting. 6 wildfires in Canada started up the same freaking time.
You saw the satellite image, right?
No, you were telling me about it, and then I did just some more research. So I didn't see the pictures, but just to think about 6 wildfires, same time. It's not like one wildfire started, kicked off, and made another. No, they're at the same freaking time. So what caused these 6 fires? Now, hey, we've seen aliens and Vegas. Could the wildfires? Conspiracy theory, folks. Remember, that's just a freaking thought process. Did aliens start the fire? Did Canadian G, everybody knows G stands for, right? Start the fire? Or did terrorists start the fire?
I'm trying
to be safe on this, but
I'm sending you a link right now. I'm not saying you got to watch it right now, but there's satellite imaging that shows so it's satellites over Canada or whatever, and it shows like all of these random spots where the fire started.
Yeah.
And like you can see the smoke from all of these random spots starting at the same time. They all go to the same like level of altitude, and you can just see this huge like cascade of just smoke caused from all the fires that started what looks like at pretty much the exact same time. So, and the fact that you can see them on satellite means that there's not a bunch of clouds above it, so they can't try to blame it on lightning or some bullshit.
Right.
Like
I do have. Whoops, sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
I was gonna say it seems like it's super intentional.
Yep.
And it's very coordinated because I don't know if there's ever been that many fires that far apart that have started exactly at the same time. Seems
Right.
pretty coordinated.
It does. And I think TikTok is agreeing with you on that. I have Scottish Roots Ireland Dassey over here in TikTok saying that she says it's planned, and the Jeff Cat PDRW pack is agreeing with her. Jay Gons down here saying New York, New Jersey sky was orange. So yeah, I have a funny conspiracy theory about that one too.
Ooh.
Just a funny.
You see the video of Times Square?
Whoops, I didn't mean to say, Anna, deny that. I'm sorry, Zach. The Times Square where it's completely yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy.
It was like orange. It was like orange. You couldn't even see like from the end to end because there's like so much of it.
Yeah, that was then. You know what's funny is I made a comment about that. I think I was doing TikTok battles that night, and I made a comment saying, you know what's really funny? What if that wasn't from the wildfires? What if that was something else? And we're about ready to see the start of the zombie apocalypse. What if that was the initial start of it, the inhaling, and next thing you know, we have a big old zombie apocalypse come? Like, because come on, everybody knows the zombie apocalypse literature is in the CDC website. If you go to the CDC website, you can actually find stuff regards to a zombie apocalypse. So it's out there. They know it could happen. So what if that air quality was just to push that out there? And it's not going to obviously happen right off the bat, but we'll say, I don't know, a couple of months when something's supposed to happen, we have some weird thing happen.
So when the entire West Coast was on fire like 3 years ago, basically San Diego to Vancouver, Canada,
right?
Like the air quality here in Portland was the worst in the world. And everything was orange and it was super, super smoky for like 2.5 weeks. Like my wife was like, can we go somewhere where there's fresh air? And he was like, we have to go 1,000 miles away because the entire West Coast has been charred. And so so when I'm looking, like I took a shitload of photos of our backyard of all over the place and they were the exact same thing. Super orange. You can't see anything because the air is just thick. And then like after that orange goes away, it's going to be gray. It's just going to be really gray and really hard to breathe. And it's like, it's really heavy, really thick air. Doesn't matter if you keep all your windows or doors closed, like it's getting in everyone's houses. It's going to be really difficult for the next couple of weeks.
All right. So we got C. Krause over here over on Twitch. I bet a good portion of the wildfires raging across the country were started by green tea. Everybody should know what T stands for. Who want to give their climate change campaign a little boost. Maxine Bernier, our former foreign minister, turned the Fringe Party leader, said in June 5th tweet. And then also we have Jackson Whipper over on Facebook. We are used to in North Dakota and Minnesota, Canada wildfires. Yeah, I know it's funny. We last year, the year before, when Canada had another big fire, we got a little bit of that mild tint of a smoke. It was very almost looked like mild fog. It wasn't bad at all, and we didn't get any of this Canadian fire that hit this time. Like we got nothing from it.
That's crazy.
It's thanks to a low, I guess, it kept the smoke from our area, but it pushed it all down towards New York. I believe. Zach, did you experience any of the smoke where you're at?
We had a haze for like a few days, and it was weird because like the air kind of smelled like chemical a little bit, but it wasn't like a crazy like foggy haze. It just looked really cloudy outside for like 3 days, but other than that, it wasn't too terrible. But yeah, you could definitely get like a whiff of like it kind of smelled like a light chemical in the air quality.
That's gnarly.
And obviously, Gary, you didn't experience anything over there on the West Coast side.
No, none of it made it over here. But I mean, it's only, June right now? So we still have 4 months. Usually October is about the fire season for the West Coast. So we'll see how the rest of this year pans out. because that green tea might keep doing what it's doing, you know?
That it could. No, Calvin, no worries, man. I appreciate everybody who does post over on Facebook and Twitch and so forth. It is much easier for us because we can throw you a question or what you're writing up on the screen so everybody can actually see it. Unlike when I do see the TikTok ones come in, I got to read them out. Big Dirty and Company over says it was like a giant campfire in New York City. Jay Gons 12 over on TikTok. TikTok says in Atlanta City area it rained and people said it was hitting the ground and bubbling like piranha.
That's pretty weird.
That is absolutely. I'm gonna have to look into that. Jay,
yeah,
I don't want to dig deep into that yet, but if you got any TikTok videos that you come across that I want to see those because I will definitely bring those up on next week's podcast. We're gonna try going back to our weekly recording. Yes, that would. Well, that kind of reminds me of the whole train derailment.
Yeah, that was far for me. That was like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours for me.
Really, the train derailment was.
Yeah.
The big one there that happened with chemical. Okay.
Did you
experience anything in the vehicle? Were you smelling anything when that happened?
Not where I was at, but my buddies, they live in Canton, which is like, I don't know, 45, 50 minutes away from where I was at.
Yeah.
And they said that like the water like would bubble. It'd like sizzle like it was like soda in like a glass of water. You could see it like sizzling and stuff.
Damn.
That is absolutely crazy.
I have customers in like the Toledo area, and they said that absolutely nothing was going on in that area.
Nice. All right. Jeff Cass says only 20 minutes from me, and I'm in Niles, Ohio. And then with Scottish Red has got I don't know what kind of emote that is. I can't tell down there. My eyes are too.
It's like a surprise emoji, like
right. C. Kraus over on Twitch says we just got a haze in northern Minnesota and a constant smell of bonfire. See, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind that constant smell. But I love the smell of fire.
Right?
It's weird, but I love the smell of fire. Like it's a relaxing smell. I could go to sleep smelling fire. Like that's why I enjoy cooking my food in a smoker, man, because it comes out. You got that smell of that fresh cooked brisket or whatever you cook in the smoker in there, and you take out and you taste it. Oh,
got a little hint of pine. It's
great. Whatever you want. Yeah, whatever. Pine, maple, whatever you're using.
Hickory, if you're doing it right.
Right, fucking right, man. No, hickory's really good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta get my smoker out. Damn,
that's that time, dude.
It's way overdue time, man. I gotta get to Sam's Club and buy a brisket. Although I'm afraid because once again the inflation's going up.
Oh, dude,
the cost of meat is going up like crazy right now.
Sharp left turn. But I was just gonna say, yeah, there's a bunch of people reporting like the cost of beef is about to like more than double.
Really? Right now, what's funny is I believe if you look at the cost of chicken and beef right now, chicken is right now more than beef. I think chicken is overtop beef right now, which is
why, right?
Didn't we have a whole outbreak of bird flu, whatever?
There was like a whole bunch of like chicken things that were like, the bird flu and like chicken processing plants and like a chicken farm and like all kinds of crazy shit happened like within 2-3 months ago. With we
talked about it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's going to keep happening. They're going to keep doing what it's doing. GT is doing what it's doing.
Wow. We got a lot of people in Ohio in here. Wow. I didn't know we had so many Ohio listeners. All right. We got Kenny Bloom over in Ohio. The train derailment was 30 minutes away from me, the Ohio River, and where I live in Mingo. I hope I pronounced it right. The marina by me, it was like like whenever you look at gas station, you got like that purple shiny gas on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what the water looked like. And there was 7 to 8 dead fish on top of the water. Interesting.
Yeah. See, that's literally economic warfare, or I mean, geobio warfare. What is that? I don't know.
Something warfare. Just say
it's just
warfare
like it's
right.
Natural land. They're just destroying like natural environments.
Right. Heather, please, over in TikTok saying bio warfare.
Bio. Yeah. Thanks for the correction. Words are hard.
I tell everybody, our show's like an ADHD on like super steroids because we bounce back and forth on different subjects. Like where we were talking about UFO start, and then we went to wildfires. Now we're back down here talking about a damn train derailment. It's like been old news for a while, but it comes back up in discussion. But it's true because we're coming up to summertime, and I'm curious on what we're going to see happen this summer. Because listen, there's obviously going to be fake news everywhere, right? On every side. I don't care what side you're on. There's going to be on both sides. There's going to be false information going everywhere. You're not going to know what to believe. But at the same time, you do see these videos on TikTok, YouTube and stuff, something that makes your brain kind of go click and go, will this really happen? Is this something like they're talking about? And we've talked about it on our show before. We've talked about prepping. And people laugh at us, but in all reality, we're not just saying prep because the world's going to freaking end. And prep because storms are getting worse, hurricanes are getting worse, earthquakes are getting stronger. Mother Nature in herself is a freaking beast. And if you do prep, you're not just prepping for the end of times. You're prepping just to save you and your family some time if a natural disaster does happen. Have a week, 2 weeks worth of food. And Florida should be the perfect example of that. The most recent hurricane there, we have family members that were stuck on the island that was right in the center of the eye out there. And they went like 2.5 weeks of no food and no water that they were able to get. Luckily, they had sustainable food and water on their land. And the whole community worked together. But they did have poachers out there. They could see the flashlights out in the wood lines with people going through homes, like searching through shit. And, so prepping is seriousness in all aspects, not just the end of time. So
yeah, and when you're prepping, it's not just food. You can prep this little brass and lead combination that's very good for helping as well.
That is true.
I mean, hell, you saw what happened when COVID first happened. Everyone was taking toilet paper in all the water.
Dude, that was so bad. Like, that was so horrible. Like, I even said, I think we even bought paper towels at that time because toilet paper was so scarce. We bought paper towels. I'm like, we may have to sit here and wipe our assholes with fucking paper towels because there is no
little
more
sandpapery,
right?
Or
maybe just a little bit rougher. We got a new box request actually coming over here on TikTok. Let me see. We got Tech Man. Let's bring in Tech Man over here on TikTok. So now we got 2 people over on TikTok coming in. We got Zach, we got Tech Man. Tech Man, what's happening, man?
What's going on? So earlier on Facebook, I actually saw a post in New York. Somebody had made a billboard. The video game Diablo?
Yeah. Oh, I just saw this.
There was a billboard, and it was for the new Diablo 4 video game. And the billboard said, "This is what hell looks like. Welcome in." Because of the smoke from the wildfires. And it showed the skyline being orange and everything.
Coincidentally, that's right around when that advert came out, right around the time the fire started.
You seeing a UFO out there, Zach?
Nah, it just started downpouring like crazy.
As Tech Man is talking, Gary, because it's funny, you can't see what's going on TikTok, right? I got to figure out how to mirror eventually how to mirror the image of the iPad on the screen so we can pull up TikTok, because that would be badass, right? So our viewers could actually see.
Can you send me your live feed? Can you text me that link?
I can. Give me one second.
So that way, at least I could watch as a online viewer, because I'm not
right.
I don't subscribe to the talk, but.
Right. Yeah, no, you don't even have the damn app. Heather over on TikTok, by the way, says she bought a lot of baby wipes. We thought about that, but to be honest with you, as a homeowner owning a shit ton of baby wipes, knowing my children, they would flush them down the toilet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And that would be very costly. Those actually ruin the septic system as well, from what I was looking into. That's one of the biggest reasons why we got them, because we got the kids the little what do you want to call it? They're like, I don't know. They got a picture of a freaking frog on them, man. They're supposed to be disposable wipes that you wipe.
Pepe, they got a picture of Pepe on there?
Yeah, Pepe. I don't know. It's a little freaking frog, man. And they're supposed to be flushable, but after reading up on that stuff, clogs up your toilets and can ruin it. Oh, can do. My wife just texted me. I told you, my wife's like a mini producer. She's working, but she's freaking listening. So she was sending me, it's can do.
Sideline producer. Perfect.
Right? She is. Sideline producer. She's listening.
I'm just waiting for the day that someone literally makes and invents rapidly dissolving toilet paper.
Right. Well, let's have a fun conversation. Let's make this podcast more interesting and have fun.
How rapidly are you talking? Like, I hope there's still enough down there for me to finish the job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah.
Kaylin on TikTok says, yes, as a mama to a disabled child, the flushables ruin the septic. Well, let's talk about something more interesting. Let's get everybody's opinions on here. I'm trying to convince my wife to buy one, but unfortunately she thinks my 2 youngest would more than well try to play with it and think it's a water fountain to drink out of. But I was thinking about a bidet, man. Like, seriously, I know it sounds funny, right? They already use this in Canada and other countries, like a bidet. So, and I watched some samples, and it's kind of funny. I saw a TikTok of it. A guy took a little peanut butter, slapped it on his freaking wrist, and said, "Hey, listen, what's wrong with a bidet?" And he goes, "I'm gonna wipe." And he took a friggin' piece of toilet paper and we'll try wiping the friggin' peanut butter off, and all it did was smear on the freaking arm. And he says, "Now watch this." He grabbed a freaking the sprayer from the sink, rinsed it off his arm, and the peanut butter came off. Says, "Which one's better?"
Dude, I used one of those in Mexico to see what it was like, and it was weird.
Well, of course, because as an American tradition, right, we're taught that you grab this toilet paper and you wrap it around as much as you can around your friggin' hand, and you friggin' wipe, and that's it. You toss it in the toilet. We've never really taught about bidets.
It's just a little rim job from your toilet, you know.
Oh, dude, I walked into my room. I was like, "What is that?" And the dude that took us into our room was like, "Oh, that's a bidet." I was like, "Oh, I gotta try it."
Yeah, and it's fine, Heather. We got people laughing with TikTok. Then Caitlin says, "Yes, we have one and it works." Oh, my son played in it a couple of times. I won't lie; it's weird though, right? So the question is, as a guy who owns a commercial cleaning company, I've seen bidets when we first started out doing residential, and never really cleaned it. I kind of avoided that section because I don't know how to clean a bidet, man. Like, obviously, do you clean it the same way you're going to clean the toilet? But you clean your inside your toilet with Comet and a toiletable brush. But how the hell do you clean a bidet, right? Or does a bidet have some type of self-cleaning feature on it?
No, that's what it is. It self-cleans you.
It does. Well,
but you explode in there, and so how do you clean it?
It makes you gush up in that bitch, man. It comes in, it's like a gusher up in your butthole. I mean, come on now, let's go.
Little rim. That's what I'm saying, man. A little rim job from your own goods.
Well, so let's ask the question out in chat right now for everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and TikTok. Bidet, yes or no? If your better half said, "Hey, let's get a bidet right now." If you own one, stay out of this question. If your better half says, "Let's get a bidet, let's save some money on toilet paper. This way here, the next crisis happens and people are running out of toilet paper. Let's get a bidet." What do you say? I've already got a special guest coming in right now, sending me a text message. That'd be from the wife, and she's saying, "No, no, no. That did not come out the way you wanted it to."
No, it did. It absolutely came out exactly how we wanted it to.
Right. Maybe not. I don't know. I think she's talking about the gusher comment.
Oh. Well,
maybe. It is what. Listen, I say things and it comes over. That's like, dude.
The thing is, would a bidet make your water bill go up more?
No.
No.
It's such a tiny little jet. It's a tiny little jet. But the thing is, that's kind of gnarly, is like if another one of these is that toxic water? Is that coming out of people's houses? Do you want that from that train derailment X amount of time ago? It's like, would you want that oily water?
Oh, dude, imagine wash your asshole with acid water. Oh, fuck. Right? No, man.
Getting some sores and trying to find out.
Dude, that's a new kind of hurt right there.
That is. That's a whole nother level right there.
Like, all right, bring back the sandpaper. I'm okay with roughing it a little bit.
Heather, please, over TikTok saying, "Are we that lazy? Just wipe, right?"
Well, it's cleaner. It's more sanitary.
Oh, man. If I ever have to get any type of surgery, I would totally get one. Ashley says over on TikTok. Wife just says, "Just hopped in the shower. We have a removable shower head. That'll work just the same."
Right? Yeah, it's the same thing. But you don't have to hop in the shower.
See, Kay just said also, but we don't know what is in our water currently. So you use that on your asshole, man.
Right.
You grow like a third arm off your ass. And it's like,
dear God.
Hey, that might be convenient depending on the situation, you know.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Oh,
it's
dear
comfortable
God.
to sit down, but
the conversations we come up with. Well,
I mean, I guess if that was your last resort, if you couldn't use a shower, then you got to do what you got to do.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm not against it though. Like, I really have thought about it. What's up, Zach?
I'm not opposed to it at all.
That we're all three frozen.
We're all frozen on TikTok. Gary, are you watching us on TikTok right now?
No, it won't let me watch your TikTok. It tells me to download the app. I'm not
it's
subscribing.
Fine on my end.
It's fine on your end. Fine on your end. All right. Well, we'll keep the show rolling here, people. What about like a squeeze bottle instead, like what you use after childbirth? Oh dear God! So, Kaylin, I've seen my wife use it, obviously
Bad
after
dog.
5
Bad
children.
dog.
What?
Bad dog bee spray.
Bad. That bad dog sprayer. Let's go. So we are legitimate. Oh wait, Zach, do me a favor, real quick.
You want me to back out and come back in?
Yeah. So this is what I'm seeing real quick on our end.
All right, I'll come back in.
Okay. Tech man, do the same thing. Back out and come back in. We're gonna see here. So TikTok likes to do that. So TikTok is funny, right? Because they've been glitching out quite a bit. We're gonna see. Hold on one second, Zach and Techman. I'll bring both of you back into the podcast in just a second. Everybody, are we still glitching, or can you see us now? I'm fine. You're great. All right, fantastic. Let's bring back in the guest.
Oh, okay, so it's just like a bandwidth thing. They probably just.
It's either a bandwidth thing or TikTok has been having some
Modeling.
glitches over the course. So Sweet Pea says we're good. Brian Techman, we're going to bring in Zach. Let me see if I can do it this way, actually, so people know that they can come in.
Yeah, man, TikTok's been glitching all week, so
they have been. Let me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change out the way the boxes look. Let's go with grid and go to fix
see
layout.
His shiny forehead. You're frozen again. So
all right, I just changed out the layout. Let's see if that works. So, ladies and gentlemen, over in the chat, could you let us know if we are frozen? For those who are listening on Apple and Spotify and so forth, we are recording the show live.
Kay is saying that we're frozen, but I'm fine.
All right. Everybody, we're just waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're recording the show live, so we do have sometimes issues. Let's get to know.
Let's get to know Kay now.
Oh, let's get the tab. Oh, so they're talking about the tabs over there. All right, so the chat is not answering us, Gary, which is very interesting.
Sweet Pea says it's delayed.
Oh, okay. Delay is going to happen. The delay will happen because it's just TikTok, and I'm running through multiple scenarios over here. So I do see it is kind of weird because I am not seeing you guys on there. So why don't I just do this real quick? I wanted you guys back on. You guys are adding to this great conversation over here. Why don't I just reset the whole TikTok? For everybody, if you're not following me, make sure you follow me. I will go ahead and reset the whole live. That's not going to mess with our podcast recording. I'll end this live stream and I'll just restart the whole live stream back up, almost as if someone sent a motorcycle. It's good stuff, like tomorrow, right, Zach?
Oh, you're
All right, we'll be right back, Gary. I'll explain that to you in just a second, man. It's a fun game. All right, everybody, please make sure we're going to come back. We're going to reset the whole TikTok here. We'll be right back. So yeah, it's weird because TikTok has been glitching. When we do battles, people will freeze out and stuff like that too, and it's very interesting. I don't know. The software is supposed to be great, right? They're supposed to have this great algorithm, but ever since they've had that whole thing with Congress, it's been messing up quite a bit. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bring it back in the live stream. We're gonna build up the live, but that's fine. We can just start. So we're just talking about bidets, man. You know, I've actually considered it. We've had a customer when we did residential, we cleaned, dude, they had the most massive freaking bathroom like I've ever seen. Like you walk into this bathroom, dude, and its shower is about the size of my freaking dining room. Like when you walk into the shower, dude, they have this big ass lion head on the.
I'm assuming it was like the waterfall shower, like the dope showers.
I believe it was. Yeah, it had the whole waterfall thing with the glass doors. Like it was expensive as shit, dude. Like
my goal, man.
Yeah, it was a multi-million-dollar home, dude. It was insane.
It's like the bathroom in itself is $40,000.
Very good possibility. All right, so we got Zach and Techman back in here. So we're building back up. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Great.
Gary, you hear them still without a problem?
Everything is good, yeah.
We change the layout like how it was when we're all big again, or do you want to keep it like this?
Why you like being big, Zach?
I like being big.
I think we got more people. I don't think Jennifer Caitlin knows what we're doing, though. She does not know we're probably doing a live podcast recording right now. Jennifer Caitlin, we're currently doing a live podcast recording where Zach and Techman are helping with our commentary out here. So let me make them big.
So back to the aliens thing.
Yeah.
Okay, bouncing back.
I saw this video like a while back, and it was one of those conspiracies that you really don't know what an alien actually looks like. And for all we know, there could be aliens here that are posed as like any of us.
Totally.
Those definitely could.
And you can't tell. Like the conspiracy video I saw was Biden, and like because of his like
be careful, be
mask
careful
that he's wearing.
Yes, be careful, gentlemen.
Did you see that video with the mask?
So my wife
No.
saw that. My wife did see that today. She says it's makeup.
It literally looked.
That's makeup. Makeup would be Trump looking like an orange. Right, that's
Dude, that
makeup.
That part on his neck, literally,
The neck
wrinkled up
like
a mask.
folded, like the skin folded and stayed folded.
Yeah,
it was like a
That's
really
mask,
low quality latex. That's not if that's makeup, it's makeup because it's a mask. Like it's not
right.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm agreeing with your.
And I mean, have you ever seen a president fall so much? Not me.
No.
Exactly.
That's
Lizard people don't know how to walk in their human form, you know?
Self-proven. I've seen you there. We'll answer your question here in just a second. My wife just sent me another message. Goes, no, that's spray tan. It was white. It was powder for the cameras and white lights. I'll have to relook at that video.
I don't know which video she's talking about. I haven't seen it.
Saying that the mask 100%.
I'll send you the video, Mark, so you know what me and your boys are talking about here, because I think we're talking about the same thing. And that shit was he itched the neck with his finger and it stayed folded. Like that's not powder. That's not a topical surface thing. That's like another
How
layer.
many layers of makeup are you wearing for your skin to do that, bro? Like
exactly. Either that or you're extremely dehydrated.
It looked like a latex rubber glove that.
Yeah, it truly did. It truly did.
All right, so we got another request. It looks like over on TikTok side. I've got somebody named RJ that's requesting to come in, so I'm going to bring him in over on TikTok here, folks. Please know. So my wife is saying it is a different video, so please send me that video, gentlemen. I do want to look at this video you guys are talking about.
All right.
But we are going to bring over an RJ from TikTok. For those that listen, once again, Apple, Spotify, the show is being recorded live on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. RJ, what's going on? Welcome in, my man.
What's happening, Joe?
Not much.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic.
I'll show my face in a second. Just let me get comfortable and sit down real quick. How y'all doing? Everything's good?
We're doing fantastic. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I'm always great.
Fantastic. All right.
So what's the subject? I heard talk about Sleepy Joe, and I heard talk about Trump's mask, and I heard talk about what we talking about.
Oh well, we're kind of bouncing around. So we started off our podcast talking about the aliens over in Vegas. And then we swapped over.
Yeah, you seen that? That was crazy, right? That was crazy. Like they talking about 10-foot person in the backyard. What's really going on in the planet?
And then from there, we were talking about the wildfires out in Canada, how it just seemed very funny for all 6 fires to start at the same time. Like, what are the odds of that happening? Like, what are the odds of 6 fires starting at the exact same time without any
6 irresponsible cigarette smokers?
That is true, but could 6 irresponsible cigarette smokers flicking their cigarette out the window at the same time? Zach, you're raising your hand over there.
It might be. I don't know. You never know. It might have been a setup.
Right, that's what we're talking about. So it's funny thing. Like we got a bunch of people starting to tune in that I've never seen in our show for. So let me explain to everybody once again my disclaimer real quick.
Yeah, let me get the views that are going on in here. I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody, but I know how to debate in a proper fashion. So let's get it.
No, RJ, what I want to do real quick is I got a disclaimer I want to throw out here first. Everything on our show, folks, please know is the views and opinions of myself, my brother, and the guests that do come on the show. We do ask that you do your own research. Remember, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Remember, that is the reason why our men and women have fought for our freedom and fought for our right to have our right for freedom of speech. So please remember that. And I do not reject anybody. I don't care on what side of the political fence you are on, because you know what, that is your right. That is your opinion. We are able to have a disagreement. And I've said this before in the past. That is the one thing our country and people have forgotten about, that it's okay for us to have differences. And at the end of the day, we can walk our different ways. We don't have to agree with each other, but we can sit down and have a good conversation and get out our own opinions without getting into an arguing or a big match about it or getting hissy fitted in and reporting someone's account.
I love it.
If you'd like to call into the show because you don't want your face shown and screen, you can call into the show at area code code 207-370-5852. This is a live recording for Apple and Spotify. We are also live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Dear God, that's
Hey,
a lot.
Mark, we do have a question over here on the TikTok side.
Sure.
Kay said, did you see the thing they found in Pensacola?
I did not. Gary, did you hear anything about Pensacola?
I've not.
Anybody on the panel?
No, I haven't.
All right, so Kaylin,
I live in Florida too, so I ain't heard nothing about it though.
Kaylin, please tell me about Pensacola now. Now I'm curious. Population control, LOL. Kate and Bradley, welcome in. So the Trump, the Biden thing I want to look into. So my wife said that's a different video. So Gary, make sure you send me that video. I do have Kenny Bloom said he sent me a video. I don't know if it's the same one you guys talked about.
Probably the one, because he said of Biden's neck. So
right, but there's a couple of them, because there's one that my wife saw, but she's saying it's different than the one you. Now, mind you,
what are we talking about? What Biden video?
Object they found in the middle of the ocean, and they're not sure where it came from. It was 29 feet of water.
So
it was in 29 feet.
All right, we'll come back to Biden in just
I don't
a
know.
second.
The most interesting thing, and I don't mean to be like interrupting. It's hard sometimes on these things because there's a little delay sometimes in that. But the most interesting thing that I've seen of late was that video. I think it was Vegas with the aliens supposed to be landing in somebody's backyard. That for me, I don't know what to make of that, man. I really don't.
Right, no, we talked about that on that one. Right?
They got videos of it. There's a whole thing, like there's people that got cell phone images of it. It's just crazy. You know what I mean?
Right. So let me talk about that real quick. Chris, I'll bring you in just 1 second. We got another person who wants to come on TikTok, Gary. This is going to get interesting.
It's going to get tough. Too many boxes is going to get a little.
If it does, we'll start.
I can't wait.
But let me talk about the water thing. It's very interesting. So last time you and I were talking about UFOs, weren't we talking about the Navy ships that were watching the unidentified flying objects that were shooting down into the water? Like they said, it was coming in, attacking the ship. And then when they did, they shot down into the water and they wouldn't resurface. So there are these
USOs, unidentified submerged objects.
Yes, the USOs, and they would go into the water. So could that object that you're talking about that they found out there, could that be one of those USOs? But it is interesting, right? Because we got to all agree that we're definitely not the only life and the only living organism out there. If we're going back to the UFOs, if you believe
you're the only, if you believe that we're it, then I don't know.
Right, but we do have.
That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right. So we got Chris that's requesting to come in now over on TikTok. This is Gary. Welcome to the wonderful world of TikTok. This is the most craziest podcast.
You got room for more? Okay, I was going to say, if you got only room, I'll jump out, come back for a while.
No, that's fine. This is the first time. This is only our third recording live that we've been doing on TikTok. So this is new to us. What I would probably ask everyone to do right now, if you're not talking, just have your mics muted as we build up the box. But I do want everybody in here because I want everybody.
So you don't hear my music and stuff.
Exactly right. So if you're not talking, have your mics muted, and we'll address everybody accordingly. Because this is fun to get the panel out here. Chris, what's going on though? You jumped in, my man. So how you doing?
Yeah, for whatever reason, it says that I can't show my video because, hang on, there's a reason. As a guest, you can go live on audio. So it won't let me go live as a guest, just on audio. So,
gotcha. Do you have 1,000 followers by chance?
Yeah. I think like 6K maybe. So I'm gonna restart the app and then I'll come back.
Okay.
Gary, waste your time, brother. Real quick, before you waste your time, just hit the picture, your own picture, and then you'll see your microphone, and you should be able to change that because you'll see your camera, your microphone. You'll be able to flip your screen, all that.
No, I told him he was only able to go live audio only.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if he knows if he hits his own picture, he might be able to change that. That's all.
Gotcha. Motivational Mickey Show. I'm not sure if you are 18 or not. Yes, sir.
Did you see the shark attack that happened in Mexico recently?
I did not. Dear God, all this other news. Dude, I got to pay more attention.
It's all over. It's all over TikTok. My roommate was telling me about it last night. I forget what. I think it was a tiger shark, and they've gotten the shark and taken care of that whole situation because it was a man eater. They had to capture the shark.
Got to be careful, Tech Man.
I think it was a megalodon.
A megalodon.
You got to be careful with your words out here on TikTok. How do you know it was a man eater? Could have been a woman eater.
Any shark attacks?
I mean, come on now, Tech Man, get with the program. Was it a they eater? I'm sorry, I gotta stop. I'm gonna get in trouble on TikTok. I gotta stop it. All right, TikTok, please no, I'm joking, folks. Get some comedy in you. That's why I love Matt Rife. Let's talk about comedy for a minute. Matt Rife, motherfucker. I went to go. His tickets are on sale here in Maine. His show ain't even until next year. $260.
You know he's from my city, right?
Is he really?
He's from Columbus, Ohio.
Dude, the freaking guy is hilarious. So we talked about comedy. Gary, I mentioned him a couple of times. I came across his shit. The guy freaking cracks me up. It was so freaking bad.
Oh, Matt Rife.
Yeah. So my wife's like, oh my God, his tickets are on sale here in Maine. I'm like, no shit. Let me buy those tickets. I went on there, $260 freaking just for a freaking balcony
No,
seat.
Matt Rife is like stupid funny. And like, if you guys like comedy stand up, that little, what's his name? Damn, I can't think of his name. I'm having a brain like tease right now. He's got an Amazon special right now, a new Amazon special. I'm gonna look it up so I don't waste no more time. But it's dude, a little Asian dude, Jimmy something.
Jimmy
Little
Lee?
Asian dude. He was on Silicon Valley.
Bobby Lee or
Nah. He was on Silicon Valley. I'll look it up real quick. I'll let you know. Just give me a second. I'll let you know.
I appreciate it.
Dude, it's so funny, bro. I mean, I'm talking about like. I was literally my side, like since Ron White back in the day when he first came out with like, you can't fix stupid. Like this dude just had me rolling. Like my sides hurt. You know what I mean?
I'll have to check.
No, you ain't never heard Ron White when he tells that story about his ex-wife. He talks about how like, he's like, I got fake breasts. I got her liposuction, you know what I mean? Botox.
Jimmy Yang, Jimmy
on
O
all these
Yang.
diets. I got everything for her. She looked amazing, but there's one thing you can't fix. You just can't fix stupid.
Is that the Asian guy with the glasses and the long hair?
Yeah.
Jimmy O Yang.
Okay. I'll have to look him up. So we're gonna try to bring it back.
Dude, that's comedy. That new comedy on. He's got a couple of them on Amazon, but the new one will have you roll. I'm telling you, bro, you will literally your sides will hurt.
Gotcha. All right, we're gonna bring back in Chris
so
now.
Funny.
Give me 1 second. We're gonna bring it back in Chris again. If everybody just mute their mics real quick while I talk to Chris for a second, see what's going on with him. All right, Chris, you are on, my man. How's it going?
Pretty good. Finally got a fucking video. Just had to like restart 4 times and turn around 3 times, clap my right foot. Yeah, I'm good.
Gotcha, my man. So yeah, so you requested it, so I want to see what's going on here. I'm curious to get everybody's opinions here. I'm not sure how long you guys have been listening to the show since we start recording here, but this is a live recording, just so everybody does know that's in the panel too. You will be hearing yourselves on Apple and Spotify and so forth once I upload it tomorrow morning after my coffee. But yeah, Chris, they're talking about the whole Biden situation, and you're like, "Are you serious?" So yeah, I'm curious.
No, yeah, I won't get into that because that's not what I do on here.
Okay.
But I saw you. It popped on. It was like, hey man, he's live, and I'm like, it's my fucking birthday. Why not join him for a live? Why not?
Gotcha.
So,
Happy birthday!
All right, happy birthday to you.
I'm not. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm not Biden. I'm not Trump. I am. I believe in what I believe, and I support those that have similar beliefs. They're not always the same. Might be 80% there. Might be 60% there, but the other one's 40%, etc. Like, that's what I believe in. So,
gotcha. Hey, cool. No, that works, man. You know what? Like we said, everybody's entitled to their own thoughts, and unfortunately, that's one thing we've all forgotten. RJ, what's up? Or are you just raising
Chris,
your hand?
I raised my hand. I was respectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to nobody. But Chris, I respect you, homie. I'm going to tell you what's up. I appreciate you when you said what you said, because I am not on either side of the fence either. You know what I mean? I believe in, and I guess you can always wish that more people would be like-minded like yourself. But at the same time, I just wish more people would realize that Republican, Democrat, that's old stuff, man. It comes down to now who's going to really, in my opinion, this is only my opinion now, but I believe that people should be able to make a decision based on what somebody is really willing to do. You know, forget about what side of the fence they're on, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. What their views are and what you agree with. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. So I'll leave it at that.
All right, gotcha. All
Got a
right.
response to that. That's all right. Like I would assume, and I could be super wrong, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not. You can raise your hand and be like, I'm not. I would say we're all probably middle class or below. We might not be. There might be some of you that not. But like, let's be
Zach's
honest.
upper class. You never seen that guy battle?
The politician.
I consider myself super bougie, but I'm really not.
Hey, Mark, okay, I just want to say I was only on podium at number one spot one time, okay? I'm not that fucking upper class.
I've been married for 8 years, and I have not been number one in my own house in that same amount of time. So good for you. I got
just so I have a little more knowledge, though. Just so I have a little more knowledge, though, and I'm sorry if I interrupted anybody, but just so I have a little more knowledge, though, you said like the Mark G show, like you said your brother was here. Who's your brother?
So my brother's Gary G. So for those that are watching on TikTok, you can actually see my brother.
I'm new to you, dude. Right. This is the first time I've seen you. You're cool and I appreciate you, but you know, I figure I'm not the only one, you know?
Right. So my brother is actually live with me on camera right now. You guys can hear him because he's going through my soundboard, but we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. So if you're actually watching the Mark G show on either of those platforms, you would see this green screen in action. Like behind me on my camera feed is actually an on-air background with a picture of a microphone that's on this right now that you guys
so we're like the redheaded stepchildren. We don't get all that.
Oh, yes. TikTok's definitely a redheaded stepchild until TikTok figures out how to work it. But I do want to have everybody on a quiet panel real quick. So I want to go back to my brother real quick. I just found this funny. Heather Please over on TikTok says, I believe in peace, love, and mermaids. If you go back, she just brought back the podcast that you and I were talking about mermaids being sexy. Remember that? And I think I even put the audio shorts out there and talking about mermaids. Like, mermaids is that one creature that you kind of wish were real because mermaids, man, they're hot in the movies. And
so there's this dude that I watch on YouTube, and he puts together a bunch of like TikTok videos that are like fringe, right?
Right.
And so there was this one of a guy who was on a fishing boat. If I can refine this clip, I'll send it to you. So this dude's on a fishing boat and he's filming off the side of his boat. His boat's hauling ass. It's nighttime. And they got their bright lights on the fishing boats at night. And so he's smashing and then he's filming one side and there's something swimming alongside of him. And then he films the other side and there's something swimming alongside of him. And he's like, so I've been on these waters for a decade or something. And like, usually if they're dolphins, they're breaching the water. You know what I mean?
Right.
These things were like just under the surface, And so I guess like the mermaid myth is like, they try to lure people into the water. And so like he stops his boat and he's just like chilling there for a little bit. And you can kind of hear like what sounds like a woman's voice telling him to come in.
So kind of like a Medusa,
and it's like, and he's trying to say it was a mermaid. He said that he had 2 mermaids on the side of his boat as he's like smashing on the ocean at night. I don't believe that shit for a second. But I found that clip interesting because we brought it up. So
gotcha. All right, Zach, what are you trying to say over there, Zach? I see you showing me your iPad over there.
I'm gonna try to look this shit up.
Oh, gotcha. Zach, look at the mermaids.
Yeah, dude. So this guy's the guy I follow on YouTube is Mod Tricka. I don't know how to spell it.
Google Mod Tricka, just like it sounds. Tricka or Trik.
Probably.
Okay.
But yeah, he's pretty interesting little channel. He just, again, he pulls a bunch of TikTok videos together. Tricca, Mod Tricka.
Okay. Heather Please over on TikTok says human species went inland and outland. So here's the funny thing, right? Too. So it's weird, right? So we know we have never fully explored the ocean, right? The ocean has never 100% been explored. If you really think about it, we have not legitimately been to the bottom. I don't think anyways that we've been to the exact complete bottom of the ocean bed.
We've gone to the deepest point, but we've gone to the bottom of the ocean. We've been to the deepest Mariana Trench.
Can
We
I-
don't go there often, but there are exploratory type things that go down there. Yeah.
Okay. RJ. Go ahead, RJ.
Can I ask a question?
Shoot.
What is Heather? What do you mean? I don't understand. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form. I just don't understand that human species went inland and outland. I don't understand what does that mean?
She believes in mermaids.
Right.
So you're really talking, you guys. So this is real life right now. We're talking about mermaids. So
Bro, there's people who identify as like dolphins.
Listen, bro, don't get me started. You're getting me started now.
My wife just came in a comment. So my wife's my co-producer. She's working for our company right now, so she's out doing her thing, but she's listening to the show. She goes, "It's really not that."
I'm a 6'5" stupid redneck. Just throw me out as necessary.
No,
but what I'm going to tell you is this: there is not 86,727 or whatever they say different ways to identify. That's not a real thing. I'm just letting everybody know. Like, that's not my opinion. That's like real. That's not a real thing.
No, we get that. But listen, though, so my wife made a comment, and my wife's kind of got a legitimate. I agree with you on that. There's no way.
We agree. We're on the same page.
We're on the same page. What you're just saying there. But my wife did say though, it's really not that far. My wife did say though, it's really not that far off from aliens.
Who's your wife?
I would so much rather entertain the thoughts.
My wife
of
is butterfly.
aliens.
She's working.
No, I'm just curious. Like I said, this is my first time with y'all. I'm just trying to know who's who and everything like that.
Right.
Know?
So no, my wife, I also own a company, and my wife is working right now for a company. I get 3 days off a week, and then I work the rest of the week at nights. But so that's why you'll typically see me on the daytime. Otherwise, I work night shift for our company. But my wife's working right now. She's just listening to the show remotely while she's working for our company.
So she's not on TikTok. She's on a different thing.
Correct. She does come into my TikTok lives and watches me and stuff like that. But she does not like being in video.
Yeah, you're on multiple platforms, so like that's why I don't see who it is. I just saw Heather saying names. I know Heather. It's funny.
Heather's my wife.
Heather's your wife.
Heather's Zach's my brother. See, I'm putting 4 and 2 and 3, 7 and 8 together. So.
You gave some good advice a minute ago.
Gotcha. No, yes, sir.
Heather says she requested to join a box to explain what she was saying.
Gotcha. So if everybody can mute their microphone, everybody in the panel, if anybody wants to ask questions at that point, raise your hands. But right now I'm going to talk to Heather between Gary and I. And then
I started the hand raising thing. Was that my thing or is that
no. I like that idea. So we'll have everybody mute their microphone now.
The one thing our 5th grade teachers got right.
Right. That it is. Actually, our teachers got a lot right, man. My poor hand met so much of the rulers. All right, let's bring Heather. All right, everybody just keep your mics muted for a second. We're going to bring in Heather because I am curious. Curiosity does give the cat, and I love good commentary. So Heather, what's going on? You're on.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, so there's the aquatic ape theory is what I'm referring to. There is the Darwin theory that we all evolved from apes. And then there is the aquatic ape theory that, as we were evolving from apes, some apes went inland to search for food, protein, this and that, and fruit and vegetables. And then there's a theory that several humanoid species went into the water looking for the fish and shell and things like that. And so there's a theory that there's a dual humanoid species.
Gotcha.
And I believe that.
Gotcha. All right, so that those theories make sense. I love these theories, man. All right, we've already got hands raised. See what you did, Heather? Here now, you got hands raising over here.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Gary,
it's very
first.
Interesting.
Hold on, gentlemen. I want to get a take from my brother, my co-host over here first, and then I see you, Chris. I see you, RJ, Zach. Tech me. Give me 1 second. Gary, thoughts on that?
I've never heard of it, so I'll do my own due diligence and look into it a little bit. However, there are tribes that currently live on small islands, and they're like seafaring type tribes, and their diet basically is fish, right? So anything from the ocean. And these motherfuckers can jump into the water and they can literally hold their breath for like 5, 7, 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in the water.
Develop webbed fingers and webbed toes.
What I saw, they did not have webbed digits. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying what I saw was these guys that are, they breathe oxygen and they do the whole land living thing, but their lung capacity and their body's ability to like hold on to and process oxygen is like they grew up diving, so they can go underwater for extended periods of time.
Interesting.
I've not seen their appendages being webbed, but again, it doesn't mean that that's
I think we're
not
gonna
a
look into
thing.
that.
But what I saw just showed these dudes who live on the ocean, and that's how they survive.
Interesting. So we're coming up to our 100th episode, and I think I want to come back to this on our 100th episode because our 100th episode is going to be big, right? Because we're going to go back and listen to some of the old podcasts. We got to come back to this conversation. Hopefully, when I do the snippets, we're going to come in. Chris, I see y'all over there, but first we're gonna bounce around over here real quick. Chris, hold on. I'm going to start in the panel with our two oldest members that have been in the show since the beginning. Why'd he shut off his camera? There he is.
Oldest members,
right? We're gonna go to Zach over here. Well, I'm the oldest person out here, I think, anyway. So we're gonna go to Zach right now. Zach, your thoughts on aquatic humanoids?
I mean, it's the same as aliens.
You're definitely not the oldest, but okay.
I mean, it's the same as aliens, man. Just don't know. I mean, there's probably something out there. I don't know. I'm not gonna say yes or no, but I mean,
right. It's as we go through, we're going to come back and we're going to end this show here shortly, but I'm going to come back with another theory that we talked about on my show just because it's a fun one. So I got Zach's Tech Man, aquatic humanoids.
Honestly, in my opinion, it's all a myth.
Okay. So would you think aliens are a myth?
That's one theory.
Aliens, I mean, you don't know. They could have been around and we just don't know because scientists have, from what they've found, they've said that they could look like any of us. You don't know what they actually look like.
Gotcha. Heather, if you could do me a favor, I don't mind you staying in the show because I'd love to get some more commentary for you, but if you could just mute your microphone for me. Fantastic. Thank you. I was just listening to the wind over there. Wherever she's at right now is extremely windy, so it's just the wind that was getting to me over there.
How do I do that? I don't know how to mute it. I'll just.
Oh, there you go. You got it. Fantastic. Gotcha. All right. So Tech Man calls the myth story. The first one to raise their hands for our two new members down here was Chris. So RJ, you're next. Chris, you're up on the line now. What's going on?
My comments, it's starting to like hell here. So if my power goes off, no well. But my comment is actually not related to what she said. But did you say that was your wife?
No, I was just joking.
I thought you said Heather was my wife. I was giving you dabs. But that was all I had.
Gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the show is recorded live. Okay, Chris, appreciate you. Go ahead, mute the mic. Going to RJ. RJ, go ahead. You got the hot mic.
No, listen, brother. I was going to say that what he said about the aliens and all that stuff. It's like, have you ever seen that show? Like, be real now. The show Ancient Aliens with the spiked-haired guy.
Hell yeah.
If you listen, if you listen to that guy, that Ancient Aliens guy with the spiked hair, or the English guy with the fucking hat, listen, bro, aliens are out there, bro. Because all of it, when you really start getting into it all, like when you really watch that show and you really just put aside the fact that they might be on some things, the second part of the story, most importantly, is that when they start putting it all together, coordinates, stars, space, the whole thing, it really makes sense, bro. Like, I'm not trying to sound crazy. It just really does make sense.
Gotcha.
You know, it really does. That's my opinion.
No, hey, you're entitled to it, right?
Hey, man, I want to believe. If you heard the early part of this thing we were talking about tonight, like I grew up watching X-Files, Unsolved Mysteries, Ancient Aliens. So I'm a huge dork for aliens and UFOs. But with this Vegas story, I'm a little sketchy about it. This David Grutch guy, I'm on the fence about him. He's highly reputable, but I'm still I don't know, my feelers, my spidey senses are telling me something's a little askew about the whole current UFO government disclosure type thing. Some just seems a little weird about all of this right now. So I don't know what exactly to say, think, or feel, but I want to believe. That's all I know for sure.
No, Kelvin, that's one second. I'm sorry, Chris. Kelvin, that's fine. We got Kelvin over on Twitch saying I could jump in a box and point my camera at Twitch streams. No, Kelvin, that's fine. I think next week I'm going to figure it out. I believe I can stream my iPad image to my PC. So I think next week that's what I'm going to end up doing. Is I'm going to at least stream it so my brother can see what's going on TikTok. TikTok will still be clueless on what's happening on the other side of the social medias. They will still just stare at the green screen.
I'm completely clueless. I'm completely clueless
on as far as our green screen goes. so they won't do it. But let's go back real quick.
See, when I do this, it seems like nothing, and then I want to go like this, poker in the floor. But I'm sure on your green screen, it's probably pretty cool.
It is. Well, what you're seeing over here, like I said, there's a whole image that everybody else sees on the other social media platform. But what I want to go back to, and this time I'm going to end our show. So if everybody can just mute your microphones for a minute. We really don't know, right? Because life, as we know it, because we've only lived for so much. Yes, there's history books. There's so much that's happened, but we really don't know what's out there. We want to talk about the world of the unknown. There's different theories, right? There's a matrix theory. What if what we're living in right now is truly not real?
And I subscribe to that one too.
I mean, what if we are legitimately in a third parallel scenario where we're in these whatever machines like you see in the Matrix? Or what if we live in a two-dimensional world like when we're seeing these spirits that everybody talks about and these ghosts? What if they're not really spirits, but it's a different dimension and we're crossing paths? And that's when you actually see the scenarios of stuff falling over. You're hearing people talking is because you're in that two-dimensional scenario where that's what's happening. You're actually hearing somebody else who there could be a grocery store where your freaking house is. And that's what you're hearing. You're hearing the conversation in the grocery store. You're hearing someone's voice go, I don't know. This is stupid shit that we talk about, but it's true. We don't know. We live in the land of unknown. Do I believe? I don't know because I don't freaking know. And RJ's got his hand up. What? RJ, go ahead, man. You're good. What's up, RJ?
What if we are? Listen, like this is a serious question that you really have to think about.
Sure.
What if we are the science project?
That is true. Agreed.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, right. I'm fucked. I see Heather over there. She's like lip syncing something. Heather, what's up?
No, I'm just saying, like, those are some theories I haven't heard before. The one that you were just saying about crossing parallels like that, that's really interesting. And then when he said maybe we're the experiment, I'm like, oh, no.
Well, so David
can't be it.
Right. So my brother and I were talking about that. Go ahead, Gary.
So David Grush, the guy that's coming forth right now, is like the highly reputable military guy breaking out this stuff. He's saying that the aliens are interdimensional. So that's something. Yeah. So that's another thing. And the old famous, amazing Alex Jones also says that the aliens are interdimensional.
The crazy. Right? Let's get it.
Oh, man, he's so great. He's so crazy. They're turning the frogs gay.
Listen. All of us got to be real. Like, when you put yourself out there like that, you know what I mean? He does what he.
Then listen. So
he
Alex
stands
Jones,
behind what he believes.
Alex Jones is crazy. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with him on, but there's a lot of stuff that's come out of that guy. Right, exactly. And there's some stuff that's come out of his mouth. You're like, holy shit, he said that.
Dude's great.
Okay, gotcha, Heather. Thank you for joining in.
Like you listen, it's like, what the fuck? Shut up for 1 second. You might be okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we might like you if you would shut up.
Oh, he's great, man.
Michael Myers showed up. Hold on a second, everybody. Hold on.
All right, so we got Heather over TikTok saying, I hate to go, but thank you so much for having me. This is the most interesting talk I've ever had on TikTok. I appreciate you, Heather, once again. Thank you for joining in. That was awesome. Oh, dear God, really? Okay, so that's the reason why I said Michael Myers showed up is Zach just came on TikTok wearing a damn Michael Myers mask. Freaking awesome. All right. What I'm going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, Zach, RJ, and Tech Man, I
Oh, that's right.
appreciate
You don't see TikTok. That's right. You were like, what is he talking about?
right. I appreciate you guys being on the show. At this point, we are going to be wrapping it up over here. I think we've been recording for an hour and a half right now, so there's a lot of audio production on my end. I appreciate y'all coming to the show. Thank you, Zach. Zach, first time ever being a person on my podcast. I appreciate you. Same with Techman and RJ. Thank you, gentlemen. I hope you all have a fantastic afternoon. Yes, Zach.
Respect, y'all. Respect, y'all. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
I always appreciate. Before I leave, I'm just going to say this. I always appreciate when I run across good people and we could have a productive conversation, whether we agree, disagree, or whatever. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
have
you.
a wonderful night. I'll see you again soon. I hope.
Thank you. You
y'all
too.
Be good.
You too. Take care.
All right, Mark.
Later. Ladies and gentlemen who's been watching it, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Tonight was phenomenal. And it is. I want to come up to our 100th episode. Oh, RJ is still in the show. I want to continue the
RJ's
subject.
like, I ain't
later.
leaving.
Right? RJ's like, motherfucker, no, I'm staying in this, motherfucker. I'm in this show. I'm in the Mark G show. I'm staying in it. No, in all reality, though, we do appreciate all of y'all that came onto the show and talk. We've got to figure out, listen, I just kept bringing people in. I've got to figure out how to wean out the show. I mean, having people mute their mics as they come in, raise their hands and talk, I think that's legitimately going to be the way we're going to be able to rock it. I think as the show grows and as we keep doing this every Sunday in the live recordings of it, it's going to grow. It's going to get larger. More people are going to want to talk. So I'm game. But listen, we really don't know what's going on. The alien things, it is what it is, what you believe in. And let your heart go wherever it wants to go as far as believing in it, because whether you believe in aliens or not, you've got to believe there's a life form out there. The alternate universe, yeah, that's something I've seriously thought about. And it is a theory, but that's all it is a theory. But I'm going to leave you with this because our RJ was talking about how people have different opinions. We are getting more and more divided as our country goes, and more people's lives are being destroyed. Family, friendships, co-works, friendships, everything's being destroyed because of the great division. If we can eventually learn to go back, I don't know, to the good old 90s, where everybody could realize, hey, we have a disagreement, but it's okay. We can still get along. We're still friends. We can still drink a beer after we're done arguing and get along. Or maybe I disagree with you. We're going to have a quick and then be done with it. And next thing you know, the next day we're having a beer with each other. Hell, right after we're going to go have a beer, because those were the good old days. And those are the days that I miss seeing happen. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to let my brother go off with his final words as well. And then I'm going to hit my outro. Hopefully I hit the right button.
No, I mean, today was a great conversation. I think once the podcast grows, we'll have to figure something out on regulating. But I think tonight's chaos was pretty good. I think it was pretty well controlled. I appreciate everybody working with one another with the whole hand raising type thing. I'm assuming they can all see each other if you have them in boxes, like everybody can.
Yeah, so we can all see each other in boxes.
Okay, so if someone raises their hand, everyone else knows, like, oh, person A, B, or C is trying to say something.
Right. So the only one who's clueless about TikTok, Gary, is you.
Yeah.
We'll eventually figure out, like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out, I know there's a way for me to mirror the iPad. Let me figure that out. I'll mirror it up on the screen. So at least you'll be able to see TikTok. They still wouldn't be able to see you unless they're viewing us from a different social media platform.
Okay. That's cool. Well, hey, man, again, tonight was great. This was fun for sure.
It was interesting, right? It was different. It wasn't just you
aquatic ape.
Yes, the aquatic humanoid theory. We're gonna have to check that one out. I'm interested. We're coming up. I think we're like 2 episodes away from our 100th episode. So
it's coming up, dude. Creeping.
It is coming, dude. I can't wait to play some of the old ass audios from when I started this. When I started this using a freaking.
It's gonna be like you were talking like this.
No, it's gonna be more like. Hold on, I got you. It's gonna sound more like the. Let me see here. Right here. It's got to be more sound like this when I'm talking and like, what's going on there, everybody? Welcome to the Mark G. It wasn't even the Mark G show, though. It was a No Filter Radio.
No Filter Radio.
No Filter Radio. And, and I started the podcast originally because I was being censored. I won't get into that story.
Yeah, we'll break it. We'll break it down.
We'll break it. We're out of here for now. Everybody, I appreciate all of you. Y'all are freaking phenomenal tonight. TikTok, I see a lot of you crying about other stuff. I'll come back on after I end this show and go get some bad habit out of the way. I'll be back on. We'll do some good old TikTok battle. So everybody, Apple, Spotify, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button, baby. We need to get up there in the rankings over on Apple and Spotify. So if you can, just smash that freaking subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube right now, smash that subscribe button. Same with
hit the like button too.
And Twitch, yeah, Facebook, smash that like button. I appreciate all of you, man. It was great. We'll catch you all again on another episode. See y'all later. We're out of here.
You've been listening to the Mark G Show. You may know them from their political commentary, but there's a lot more to the fellas than politics. And that's why we created this show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But until then, make sure to reach out on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok at The Mark G Show. And to email the show, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. Take care, and we'll see you next time on The Mark G Show.